Black Beatles.
With time between Easter and Christmas being destabilized, the once quiet systems of the best festival company began showing traces of encrypted data buried deep within their servers. Sir Carrot Bain stumbled upon a series of locked PDF and zip files labeled North Pole Asset List. Rumors spread that these could contain fragments of Santa's master gift registry, critical information that could help Malware control the festive balance between both worlds. Sir Carradine sets out to crack the encryption, learning how weak passwords can expose even the most guarded secrets. Can the elves adapt fast and prevent their secrets from being discovered? Learning objectives: how password-based encryption protects files such as PDFs and zip archives. Why weak passwords make encrypted files vulnerable. How attackers use dictionary and brute force attacks to recover passwords. A hands-on exercise: cracking the password of an encrypted file to reveal its contents. The importance of using strong, complex passwords to defend against these attacks. A few simple points to remember. The strength of protection depends almost entirely on the password. Short or common passwords can be guessed. Long, random passwords are far harder to break. Different file formats use different algorithms and key derivation methods. For example, PDF encryption and zip encryption differ in details: how the key is derived, salt use, number of hash iterations. That affects how easy or hard cracking is. Many consumer tools still support legacy or weak modes, particularly older zip encryption. That makes some encrypted archives much easier to attack than modern, well-implemented schemes. Encryption protects data confidentiality only. It does not prevent someone with access to the encrypted file from trying to guess the password offline.
That's a lot of talking for nothing. Oh, man, I don't think I only got like 8, I think, or something. Yeah, it only gives me, every time I complete one, it gives me fucking just one ticket. I'm like, man, whatever. Oh, I was supposed to complete 2 more rooms this week. What the hell? I was almost done with that. Oh, I'm tired. How many you got?
How attackers recover weak passwords. Attackers don't usually try to break the encryption itself because that would take far too long with modern cryptography. Instead, they focus on guessing the password that protects the file. The 2 most common ways of doing this are dictionary attacks and brute force, or mask, attacks. Dictionary attacks. In a dictionary attack, the attacker uses a predefined list of potential passwords, known as a word list, and tests each one until the correct password is found. These word lists often contain leaked passwords from previous breaches, common substitutions like password 123, predictable combinations of names and dates, and other patterns that people frequently use. Because many users choose weak or common passwords, dictionary attacks are usually fast and highly effective. Mask attacks. Brute force and mask attacks go one step further. A brute force attack systematically tries every possible combination of characters until it finds the right one. While this guarantees success eventually, the time it takes grows exponentially with the length and complexity of the password. Mask attacks aim to reduce the time by limiting guesses to a specific format. For example, trying all combinations of 3 lowercase letters followed by 2 digits. By narrowing the search space, mask attacks strike a balance between speed and thoroughness, especially when the attacker has some idea of how the password might be structured.
I'm tired. I'm gonna check this in a minute. Nothing. Who's this?
practical tips attackers use and defenders should know about. Start with a word list. Fast wins. Common lists. Rocky.txt. Common passwords.txt. If the word list fails, move to targeted word lists, company names, project names, or data from the target. If that fails, try mask or incremental attacks on short passwords. For example, L, D equals 3 lowercase letters plus 2 digits, which is used as a password mask format by password cracking tools. Use GPU accelerated cracking when possible. It dramatically speeds up attacks for some algorithms. Keep an eye on resource use. Cracking is CPU/GPU intensive. That behavior can be detected on a monitored endpoint. Exercise: you will find the files for this section in the desktop directory of the machine. Switch to it by running cd desktop in your terminal. 1. Confirm the file type. Use the file command or open the file with a hex viewer. This helps pick the right tool.
What are those files? Oh, I can't cat a PDF, can I? What the fuck? Wow, what's that, dude? Huh. That's file flag.pdf. That's word list. Word list is gonna be. I don't want to type that. That is the word list though. Where is the word list? The root. That's the only word list in there. Naughty list, really? to John. That's what we're gonna do. Once or forever. If only there were easy passwords the whole time, this would be easy.
Detection of indicators and telemetry offline cracking does not hit login services, so logouts and failed logon dashboards stay quiet. We can detect the work where it runs, on endpoints and jump boxes. The important signals to monitor include process creation. Password cracking has a small set of well-known binaries and command patterns that we can look out for. A mix of process events, file activity, GPU signals, and network touches tied to tooling and word lists. Our goal is to make the activity obvious without drowning in noise. Binaries and aliases: John, hashcat, crack zip, crack, zip2john, pdf2john.pl, 7z, qpdf, unzip, 7z, Perl invoking pdf2john. It's worth noting that on Windows systems, Sysmin event TID1 captures process creation with full command line properties, while on Linux, audit, exec, or EDR sensors capture binaries and arguments. GPU and resource artifacts. GPU cracking is loud. Sudden high utilization on hosts can be picked up and would need to be investigated. NVIDIA SMI shows long-running processes named hashcat or John. High, steady GPU utilization and power draw while the fan curve spikes. Libraries loaded: included.dll, opencl.dll, liquid.so, analytical64.dll. Network hints: light but useful offline cracking does not need the network once word lists are present. Yet most operators fetch lists and tools first. Downloads of large text files named rocky.txt or Git clones of popular word list repos. Package installs, for example apt install John hashcat, detected by EDR package telemetry. Tool updates and driver fetches for GPU runtimes. Unusual file reads repeated reads of files such as word lists or encrypted files would need analysis. Detections below are some examples of detection rules and hunting queries we can put to use across various environments. Sysmin.
Huh. That was pretty cool. Let me guess, he's gonna give me one. That's all it ever does, is just give me one. Do that tomorrow. So far, I only got 9. Alright, guys. Well, I guess I'm gonna play some Battlefield or something. So I'm gonna stop this and play some Battlefield in a little bit.